What up, YouTube? It's me, Isaac, coming to you with another edition of my life. So, a little while ago, I think 2 or 3 weeks ago, they had a Nintendo Direct for Pokemon or something like that. I didn't actually see the Nintendo Direct, but my little brother did. And, and he did show me a couple of the things like the new Pokemon game that is just a side game, like Mystery Dungeon, Pokemon Shuffle for phones, and 3DS. If the 3DS App Store was still open, you could get that. I don't think you can actually get Pokemon Shuffle on 3DS now, but well, without other means, if you know what I mean. And so one of my favorite games is Megaman Battle Network. Hands down, one of my favorite games next to Pokemon. Well, depending on the game, actually. The card game's fun if I'm playing against other people. The video game was fun. Never did get to play Pokemon TCG 2 because that was only a Japanese release, which was, in my opinion, stupid of them because the first TCG game did quite well, if memory serves. That was, I think, over 20 years ago when they released that. But actually, yeah, it was because it was released in, I think, 98, 99. And so there's that. Actually, wait, TCG. It was either 98, 99, or 2000 when the TCG. Actually, it was either 98 or 99 because Gold and Silver came out before that. I mean, after the TCG, and Gold and Silver were 2000, which was awesome because I remember Pokemon Crystal was the first Pokemon game I actually beat, which is funny because I beat Gen 2 before I beat Gen 1. Because back in the day, I thought you had to be level 100 to battle any of the gyms. Now I know better. Laughing at myself because of what I did back in the day. And so I remember beating the first time I ever beat Pokemon Crystal was on my Pokemon Gold and Silver Game Boy Color, which was awesome. My parents had gotten me that for being on the honor roll, which was really cool. I wish I still had that Game Boy. I don't anymore. But that was a really cool Game Boy. And the reason I remember beating it was because we had gone down to Florida to see my grandma and grandpa, who were down in Florida at the time. And I beat it quite literally as we were pulling up to their place. Or actually, wait, it was like 5 minutes after I got out of the van. The reason I know that is because I was on their front porch. I was giving my grandma a hug right after I did it. And that was pretty sweet. But now that I'm done with the Pokemon thing, besides talking about the Pokemon Direct, this isn't actually a video on the Pokemon Direct. It's actually a video on the day after the Pokemon Direct where Konami announced their next Legacy Collection, which is the Mega Man Star Force Legacy Collection. Which as soon as I got the Battle Network Legacy Collection, I had already planned to get the Mega Man Star Force Collection because the two games are connected. Because I believe the main character of Star Force Geostellar is the ex so many times great great grandson of the protagonist of Battle Network, or at least one of the protagonists, which is Lan Hikari, although it would have been. Actually, wait. If Mega Man is just Lan's twin brother, that would make Geostellar the ex great 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 nephew of or something of Hub Hikari, which is quite interesting to me. And I am looking forward to getting the Star Force collection whenever it comes out. That's a really cool collection. I remember when Star Force first came out, it was a really fun game. Although the way they did it was quite weird. There was three three different things of Star Force 1, 2 of Star Force 2, and then 2 for Star Force 3. So it'll be interesting to see which collection I beat faster. Either the Battle Network collection or the Star Force collection. Although I know, although it is kind of funny because the first game in the Star Force collection I actually beat was Battle Network 6 because I beat them backwards. After I remember beating Battle Network 6 Falzar on the original hardware. Although I do have Battle Network 6 Gregar on the original hardware too, which is really cool. And so I'm wondering, and some parts of the Battle Network collection are kind of annoying, so I usually skip the game that is really annoying, which is 4, because all 4 is. There are 2 games in the Battle Network collection that are annoying but also fun because of how much interaction they do. They are. Oh, and there is one annoying part in Battle Network 1, which is the power plant. If you know, you know. And the annoying thing about Battle Network 2 is it is just fetch quest after fetch quest after fetch quest after fetch quest with some boss battles thrown in. I love Battle Network 2, but I also despise it because of how the gameplay is. I love it because I'm a huge fan of the Battle Network series. I despise it for the fact that it's just fetch quest after fetch quest after fetch quest after fetch quest, which really sucks. And 4 is actually in the same boat as 2, except for it's tournament after tournament with mini games and mini quests thrown in before the tournaments. And for the other reason why I despise 4 is to unlike 1, 2, and 3, you actually have to beat 4 3 different times to complete the game 100%, which is annoying as all holy hell. If you can't tell by the inflection in my voice, that's the real reason why I despise Battle Network 4, and there are 2 different versions. So if I want to actually 100% the Mega Man Legacy Collection, I have to play Mega Man Battle Network 4 6 times. I am not going to do that because it is running through Battle Network 4 once is a chore. And if you screw up on one part of Battle Network Battle Network 4, your first run through, you gotta erase the entire game and start over. And if you because it won't advance to the next it won't advance to the second playthrough if you don't. Which is why, when it comes down to Battle Network, I always skip playing 4 because 4 is very, very annoying. Although 5's kind of in the same vein because, well, actually 5's not, because 5 is pretty easy. Because I've beaten 5, both versions, Colonel and Proto Man, on Double Team DS. Although that was back when I remembered all the unlock codes, and I had a really nice folder, which I just now recalled that I could just look up the codes online, which I feel dumb for not thinking about doing that. And so I'm at the part of Battle Network 5 Colonel on my Legacy collection where you lose megaman. If you know, you know. And that ship comp is one of the most annoying comps in Mega Man history to me. Besides the fact that Battle Network 1 didn't have a map on it showing you where to go until the Legacy collection, which I do wish they had I do wish it had more than a map in the Legacy collection. I wish it actually had the comp names like 2 through 6 have. But yeah, I'm your host, Isaac Brummett. Please like, subscribe, share with your friends, leave a comment. Peace out, y'all. Have a good one. I know I sure as hell will. Peace out, y'all.